Hello, I'm John from the Haunt Informer.
And I'm Glenn from Fraud Ritual.
Yes, and this is episode 27 of Fall Informer. And today we are going to have a fun discussion talking about our experiences at different haunted houses. So let's start it out. What do you want to talk about first? Which haunts do you want to talk about first?
Uh, Talk about the ones that you yourself are planning on going to this year.
Okay, okay.
I know you before we started recording, you said that there's a few you wanted to check out that I've been to.
Yes.
So I'll fill you in on
Okay.
those.
Sure. So mobile haunts I want to go to this year that Glenn has been to is Lehigh Valley Scream Park. I have watched his reviews about that and seen videos about it, and it looks really awesome. They have really nice facades, like for Condemned, for example, that looked amazing, and the Biopurge and the whole feel to the Midway seemed fun with like the DJ and the actual like made from potatoes on the farm French fries and the legitimate brick oven pizza. Like all that looked awesome. Like I would try, and they had donuts. You had the donuts,
Yes.
and I it just
I've had
looked
the
like
French fries too. The French fries
oh, you had them?
are yeah. I mean, they are like farm fresh potatoes, and they are sliced there, and it's like they're good. But the whole haunt itself, you should definitely check it out. That the hayride is really cool. The hayride, the way you go through it, it's got some really cool scenes.
So
I
how
love
would you compare it to like Bates or Field? How would you compare their hayride?
a lot less animatronics at
Okay.
Lehigh, lot less. But what they make up with is the A, really good actors, and B, unique sets. Like they had, I don't even know where they got it. It's like old like McDonald's playground
Oh,
stuff. Like you
cool.
remember when McDonald's had the like the actual play area and like the playground?
Yeah, like the
They have
play
like
plates and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, they
Or
have
like
stuff from
Grimace and
that.
everything, right? With like the
Yeah,
little guy. Yeah.
yep. So it's kind of like this like abandoned McDonald's play area, playground type thing.
That
Which
sounds
is
awesome.
yeah, it really is. It's cool. Cool use of in the beginning, cool use of fog. A lot of fog at Lehigh, which is which I'm a fan of.
Yes. And definitely tell everybody about Condemned. If you have an interesting story about Condemned.
Well, Condemned, that was the whole new thing last year when they rebuilt it. They did this
Yes.
new thing called Condemned. Outside, it looks amazing. The facade out there is just absolutely incredible. Um, I was not preparing to go upstairs because they never had this thing before, so I didn't know going upstairs was a whole new experience. And you just hear like this girl, like screaming and crying. And it's just like it's just a sound that you just don't want to walk into. It's just
Yeah.
a room you did not want to walk into.
Yeah, you were with your friends from the Haunt Hunters app.
Yes, yeah, Chuck and Pat, and they were cracking up as I was going through this. But it's an awesome house. It's definitely an awesome whole experience of that place from the start to the end. It's just a really cool experience. I'm curious to see, like, if you go to it, what your opinion is going to be of it.
Well, I really want to go. It sounds like so much fun. And definitely tell everybody about their waiting system with the number. Because Markovs, we talked to Markovs. I'll have the video linked in the corner of my channel. They actually were the ones that did that first, and then they actually started doing it at Lehigh Valley because of them, and they were impressed by that. Explain that to people.
You basically, when you go through the ticket booth, your group is going to get a number, and depending on what your number is, they're only letting so many people in. I think it goes from like Hayride to Condemned to Biopurge, and
Okay.
they're only letting so many people get to the line at a time.
Okay.
And so if like your group number is 25 and they're letting in like 1 through 12, you have time to hang out in the midway and do all the stuff in the midway. And then the DJ will announce when it's your turn to
Okay.
go.
So DJ
So
does
it cuts down on the waiting in line a
yeah,
lot.
so you don't have to like wait in line for like an hour or
Right.
so.
You can hang out by the bonfire, you know, you can get something to eat, you can do all that. So
And do they have merch? Do you talk about the merch?
They do have merch. Yes. I believe that was in like the ticket booth area.
Okay.
Merch. Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure they had for like the first 100 last year, they had the rise from the
They-
Axis design.
Yeah, they had a free T-shirt to like the first 100 people or something like that.
Did you get one?
I did not get one.
Oh
No.
man. Oh man. So that definitely is on my bucket list of places to go this year. I'd really like to go there. And another place that you went to and you've been to lots of times, like tons of times, and we actually got to interview some of the actors from that place, the Hotel of Horror. I have to go to this place. I've heard
Yes.
about it for years. I'd love to go to it. And I like what you said about it, where it's original. Like you're not going to see horror icons in it. It's like its
Right.
own creepy, dank, disgusting, over the top, vile, nightmare inducing area. So,
Oh, 100%. It is like there's scenes that are like pure nightmare fuel. It is just like there are things they're doing in there. It is very. It's just a very dark themed type place. But if you go back and watch our video when we talked to Jessica and David
yes.
from Hotel of Horror, they tell stories about how it's a haunted place. You know, there's actual things going on there.
Yeah, crazy stuff.
And you feel it. You feel it walking through it. You feel it. The whole vibe there is just very dark. It's like I said, like outside, it feels like you're going to a funeral. It's just you'll love it. You will love that place. You know.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, I remember the first time I went in there, and there was rooms I couldn't wait to get out of because it was legit terrifying.
Really? That bad?
Yep.
I don't want it ruined for me, but are there any rooms with like bones in it? Like bones, like structures?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
A lot of things hang from ceilings. It's just, yeah, it's a place that needs to be seen.
Okay. Okay. And they have
And
cool
very-
photo ops outside too. They had
Yeah.
like the wheel and yeah.
Oh yeah. Tons of photo ops outside.
I hope they bring back the interactive telephone.
Yes, and the coffin rides.
Yeah, the
For the
coffin
past
rides,
2 years
yes.
they haven't had the coffin rides. But yeah, I hope they get back to like its full
Yes.
capacity
Yes.
and
And
full, full what it's supposed to be.
Yes.
What
Definitely.
it was pre-COVID.
Yes. Another one you went to was the Waldorf Estate of Fear, and that actually was featured in the horror movies, the Hell House series. I've actually seen the first Hell House. I haven't seen the other two, but the first one was overall very creepy, and I thought it was really disturbing with that one clown character that kept on appearing in the basement, and he was moving, and I thought that was really cool. So, talk about that.
I like the fact that other than one scene and one bit of music playing, they don't really talk about it. They don't really like utilize that movie
Okay.
in it, which is nice because like I don't want to walk through, basically the
movie.
set of what
Okay.
what it was, what the movie was. I'm glad that they're doing these original things because they easily could have done that. They easily could have done like, well, here's all the props from the movies, here's all the stuff from the movie, So it was very cool they didn't do that and did other things.
Well, I think they have a Hell House night. I was looking at their calendar.
It's something like that,
Hell
yeah.
House night or something.
Well, I think some actors are there and
Oh, okay.
stuff like that. But as far as the actual haunt during haunt season, it's a very unique place. And I'm glad that only one little scene is from the movie. Not the
Oh,
entire-
one little scene. Okay.
They're definitely crawling.
Oh, there's crawling.
Yes.
Well, that sounds interesting. I'd like
Yeah.
to find out how you have to get there,
Yeah.
and definitely tell everybody about the actual atmosphere in the hotel. Tell everybody about that.
The hotel is set up like you were asking before we started recording about how it was. You were comparing it to how does it compare to the houses at like Field and stuff like that, where
Yeah, and dates and everything. Yeah.
and Bates, and this one actually has like the whole theme is like you're going through a hotel.
Oh,
It's
no.
like the first person you're going to meet is like a bellhop. He's going to take you, you know, you don't go through like a kitchen,
Yeah.
through a dining room, through, stuff like that, the different rooms. So it definitely has a full on hotel vibe to it, not just like here's random scenes.
Well, that makes me happy. I like that you feel like you're going through a decrepit
Yeah.
building. They're actually trying to do that with the Den of Darkness at Field Screams now. Jim was telling me they actually have like a 3-year plan of renovations. They planned out 3 years ago, and now they're on like year 2 of the renovations they're doing to it to try and make it more feel like a creepy, decrepit mansion than just more random themes.
Random scenes.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. If you didn't hear, Glenn and I are going to halfway to Halloween and Field Screams. So, and we're going to Terra Labs. I can't wait to go to Terra Labs. I've never been there. So, and over here, Glenn here is a veteran of going to Terra Labs.
Yep. So a place I would like to get to this year and that you have been to multiple times is Kim's Crypt.
Yes. Yes. Kim's Crypt is a ton of fun. And we actually got to talk to Kim Yates, and she was a
Yes.
ton of fun to talk to.
And now compare that to, now I've been to Bates and I've been to Field, obviously, and all that stuff. Now, how does Kim compare? And I don't necessarily compare like, oh, I hate these, rankings and ratings and
Yeah.
comparisons,
Yeah.
stuff
I
like
don't
that.
rank any haunted house I go to as like, this is number one. That's like,
Right. I'm not saying like what's better or what's worse,
yeah.
but like how in a comparison, like, is it the same theme? Is it the same like
Oh, no.
setup? Is it the same?
No, it does not feel the same at all. It feels like a mix of going back in time with like older time haunted houses, but mixed in with the newer like props and animatronics. So it has that grungy like retro feel to it, but mixed in with more modern effects. And this year they're actually doing major renovations of the House of Eyes. So that used to be very retro, like very heavy. And now they're going to try to put more modern stuff in there this year. And they're actually updating the Midway as well. And they had a head toss, but it was different than the toxic head toss of Field Screams because they're actually baskets and you have to like try to throw them in, and it's hard. I failed miserably, but they still gave me a free cup that says Kim's Crypt on it. So
Nice.
yeah, Bubba Joe said that there might be dust in there and I should clean it. And that made me laugh. So that even if you suck at it, they'll give you a prize. So
Nice. So Kim sounds awesome. Like I said, we got to talk to Kim herself. It just sounds absolutely amazing. That's definitely one that's been on my radar for many years now. That this year I would definitely like to check out.
yes. And they're updating the gift shop too, because she said it was not enough
Right.
people could be in there at the same time. So they're expanding that. They're doing a lot this year. And like Carlos from Hackney Haunts told us, he thought he bought a lot. She bought more. So
Right.
and she was buying stuff at Transworld. I saw her at Transworld and got pictures with her, and yeah, she was busy. She's busy making Kim's Crypt scarier and better than ever. So yes, and they have coffin rides, real coffin rides, and I've done it twice.
That's terrifying. That's
Yeah.
not like a simulated, like Hotel of Horror has like a simulated coffin ride. You just throw you in there and like kind of shake you around a bit, but this is a legit.
Legit. In the
You're
back of the
getting-
hearse. That's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy.
Fun. What else are you planning on doing this
This year.
season?
I
Yeah.
definitely want to go to Hackney Haunts. I would like to go to that with you because that would be so much fun. Because if you've been following along with Carlos Rivas with his Instagram, he posts teasers and updates about what he's doing every day. So he posts different teasers of like Easter eggs. The other day he posted an Easter egg of how there's like different years he's using and names from the past. And it's just the facade alone that he's building looks amazing to the first haunt. So I can't wait to see it all in person. I really would like to go there.
Hackney Haunts is definitely one I would love to check out. Now that we're doing expanding our interviews to other states and other places, now it's just like the list is growing of more places I would like to get to, Hackney, Markov's,
Yes.
Redville, stuff like that. But I don't know. Everyone asks me, "Oh, what's your plan? What's your plan this season?" Even, and it's like up to like the last week of August, like I still don't have a plan. Sometimes it's like the week, it'll be like Monday, and like I still don't know what I'm doing that weekend.
Oh man. Yeah,
But you never know. You never know what's going to happen and
no.
what's going to get rained out and what's going to. I don't like planning things that way. If something does happen, I don't have this. I'm not like rearranging my whole schedule.
Yeah, that's the problem if you like schedule to go to a haunt that's like entirely outdoors. They get rained out bad, and all the
Right,
indoor stuff like the mall haunts are still open. So you can
right.
still go to that one and everyone will go there. Like
Yeah.
I heard from the Scare House when it rained, or Terror Labs, the night
Mhm.
it rained and everyone else had to close, everyone went there because outdoor haunts were rained out.
Right. That's
So
a Hotel of Horror is a good one to do in the rain because it's all indoors. Even the
nice.
waiting,
Oh
even
yeah,
waiting.
you're waiting.
Hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. So talking about Red Vein, go back to that, Red Vein and Markov's, you got to talk to those people in Fallen Former and have that whole playlist I'll have linked in the corner of my channel, and you can watch all those episodes. They're all a lot of fun. We've talked to so many awesome people in the haunt industry, ranging from owners to actors and everybody in there. It's just I'm amazed how many people we've talked to. It's really cool that we've gotten to talk to so many people. And I already have, stay tuned, more guests in the works. So you have to find out. Stay tuned.
We do. I think we
Yes.
got one lined up for next Sunday. I believe we got someone lined up. Um, so yeah, just stay tuned for more stuff coming up. We got all summer to.
Yes. And of course, we're going to have a whole episode in the future dedicated to Halfway to Halloween with our whole episode about
Yes.
Scare Labs and Field of Screams mega review. Because,
Yeah.
and if you couldn't remember the highlights from Field of Screams last year, the new scenes we saw was the checkered scene in Asylum and remember the toilet liquor scene in the den. Can you explain that for people that did not see that episode, what I'm talking about, so they're not so confused?
The what?
The toilet liquor scene, can you explain that for people so that haven't watched the previous episode, so they're not like, what the heck is he talking about?
The toilet. You witnessed that, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Halfway down. That was at Field.
Yeah, it was a feel. Yeah.
In the den, I believe.
Yeah, they're done. Yeah, yeah.
Then yeah, the guy actually licking the toilet seat?
It was a girl actually. She put
Oh,
her
a
head in
girl.
the toilet. It was like
Okay.
she said, "Oh, I need to clean." You said she said that she needed to clean it and then put her head in it, like act like she was going to lick it.
Oh my God. That's how crazy these actors are at
Oh yeah,
Field.
they're insane in a good way. Good way.
Yes.
Good. Good.
Um, I want to move on to talking about music
Yes.
in the haunts. It's a topic that I feel needs, like, more people need to be aware of it. I'm not sure if people, like the average person going to a haunt, notices music being throughout the haunt, either outside or inside or anything. But I know there's some haunts that really spend a lot of time with music. And
Yes.
it's a shame that it just gets like completely ignored or unrecognized, or whatever. You're just being like, there's just so much going on,
Yeah.
you don't really hear it. Now, what for you? What is better, like that weird like ambient type music or actual songs?
Honestly, I prefer the ambient because, like you said in your previous reviews, check them out on Fall Ritual. But you talked about Hotel of Horror, and from the very beginning, when you're waiting outside, you feel like you're going to go to a funeral, and it's very morbid. Like parallel to that, at Terra Farm in Newport, I went to, they had creepy ambient music playing outside before you went into Terra Farm, and I liked that because it was creepy. You're like, what's going to happen is like weird noises, and there's a prop of a guy who hung himself from the barn, and you can see that, and there's scare actors running around coming after you. So I thought that was great. It really got me hyped to go in. Like I was excited and creeped out, and I hadn't ruined it for myself, so I didn't know what I was going to get myself into. So I really like that. I think that adds to it.
Yeah, I like both. I just hate when it's like always like the cue line and they feel the need to have like a DJ playing like this rave type music. And
That can be a lot of fun though. At Disturbia and Basement of the Dead, they're run by the same people. They had a great party atmosphere. They had some of the best party atmosphere ever, and the scare actors were dancing and running around and sliding, and it was awesome. That was top notch.
the only place I've ever really seen it work in that like party atmosphere and like the actors getting into it
Yeah.
is pre-COVID Terror Behind the Walls.
Oh yeah, yeah. with
Where
the zombie
where
SWAT team.
that yes, they would do like the thriller type dance. They would do, or they would do like a dance off. There would be
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this whole like dance off thing.
yeah. With the Halloween Nights now, they've expanded that and they have their own area where it's the skeleton crew now. And the same dancers now do that. And they have their own cool skeleton outfits and they do all kinds of dances to different music. So it's in the Gargoyle Gardens. That's where it is. You go under the archway and you actually see Frank and Carson. And you can get a picture with it. And it says Halloween Nights next to you. And you go under the archway and then you can see the skeleton crew and get cinnamon toast bites. So
Um, I just when you're it's just bothers me when there's no actors around
yeah.
and you're just standing in this long queue line and it's just this like heavy rave type music. It's
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
like this isn't entertaining at all. This is almost like borderline annoying, you
Yes.
know.
I know what you're
Um,
talking about. Yes.
But if you're gonna do it right with that music, do it good. But other than that, if you're not, just give us like regular either ambient or like Halloween theme
Yeah,
music.
like this is Halloween. Like this is
Yeah.
Halloween kind of vibes. They're spooky, scary skeletons kind of.
Right.
Or play horror trivia too. Like have good horror trivia on like projections and things too. That's
Yeah,
always
or just show a movie, you know, just
Yeah.
show a movie projected onto a screen or something. I believe like Frightland does that when you're waiting in line for the hayride. They have like old like horror movies playing and stuff.
Yeah, when I was at Reaper's Revenge years ago, they were playing The Birds when you were waiting.
Oh, okay.
So
Now I've only been to one haunt. That was last year. It was called the Haunt PA, where they actually had real music inside the haunt. They were
Terror
playing
Farm had that too.
the day.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, other than like hayrides, like obviously you've seen on hayrides.
Yeah,
You've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
them play like Rob Zombie, or you've seen them, you know, playing.
Devil Go Downs to Georgia. Devil Goes Down to Georgia. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Halloween, stuff like that, but never inside a house. And I thought that the Haunt PA did a really cool job of playing like Rob Zombie and like Typo Negative songs like inside the haunt, and it was loud too. So
Yeah, Terror Farm, it's actually says it on the ticket and the marketing that it's an R-rated haunt and the actors can swear at you. And part of the haunt near the beginning, they are playing it very loud. They're playing full-blown retro Slipknot and Down with the Sickness. And it's not the censored versions, it's the real versions. And it's intense. It's real loud.
right.
So that was fun. I was like, yeah, Slipknot. So that was cool. And they play the part where the Down with the Sickness when he says in my dreams, they play the real version of that, not the censored version. So pretty insane.
I haven't been to Halls of Horror in a long time, but I remember them playing like actual like music while you're waiting outside, and it's like coming outside onto the streets and everything. It's always cool, but I do like when a haunt does like that ambient music and it's set up perfectly for what their haunt is. It's almost like the soundtrack for that haunt or for that room or for, you know, like that's so I love to hear and see the connection.
Well, something I found interesting is over the years, I found out from watching behind the scenes of movies that people are always like, oh, how much fun is it to watch the video back after you do it? And they're like, it's really boring because there's no music on it. We have to put the music on, then it gives it character. So like Insidious, music is incredibly important to that. Like with Tiptoe to the Tulips, that was the perfect choice for that. With the lipstick demon, the red demon area, that was perfect for that. When he was sharpening his fingernails, that was perfect. That made that scene. So audio and theming is perfect for haunts. Like you need it. And I like it when you're saying it's the ambient music. And I also like when it builds up. So like the farther in you go, it's like louder and more. And there's also places where there's no actual music. It's just noise, like pitch black. You can talk about that.
At Reapers, yeah. It's
Yeah.
just like this like loud bass that's just like deafening almost. It's just it's not even, yeah, you can't even consider it music. It's just this
No.
like noise.
Yes.
Or I love when you hear music
Yeah.
like far away and you know that what you're hearing, you're gonna get to a scene and it's gonna be horrifying. Bloodshed Farms did a great job with that in their asylum part. And it's like that old timey creepy music that sounds like it's being played on like a record.
Yeah, they always have that like in movies nowadays. Where,
Yes.
like the ghost will turn on the record.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bloodshed had that, and you could hear it in the distance, and you're like getting closer, and like that scene that music was playing was just creepy, and it just worked out so well. And
That's the Hell's Gate Asylum, right? Hell's Gate Asylum. I'm pretty sure.
yes,
Well, yeah. That's another place. Talking about places we'd like to go to. I'd love to go to Bloodshed Farms this year. I can't wait to see what they're doing.
hopefully full on Bloodshed, not just a drive through. Hopefully it's all.
Well,
all the
Dan said they're busy. Dan said they're all busy doing things and planning and everything. So if you
I
don't
hope
know
it's back
Dan,
full.
it's talk to Grin. Talking about Grin here.
That's one you have to go to. If it's open full on, I don't know how many attractions they'll do. They used to have 4.
Well, he said they're making new ones this year. When we were talking to him earlier, remember we did the interview with
Mhm.
Gates and Grin. He said they were making new attractions, brand new. So it'll be a new experience for even people that have been there before. So
I hope it's back to full on, because that place is at its fully operational. That place is unbelievable. Bloodshed.
because we talked to Jim and you said that gift shop is amazing. Like one
Oh,
of
the
the
gift
best
shop's
I've
amazing.
ever seen.
The Midway is absolutely amazing. The 4, like I said, I don't know if they're going to do the full 4 again. I know they lost some property.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're going to do the full 4, but whatever they do, I mean, it's just unbelievable. The amount of fog that comes into the Midway with the music playing and the actors running around. It's that Midway is like their 5th attraction, which is
I hope they bring back Bash a Bear. I saw that from the articles from Halloween Haunts 365 years ago, Bash a Bear, and that seemed like an interesting concept.
Yeah, they always had some interesting thing. I think you could like smash pumpkins or something
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Pumpkin smashing. Yep.
They always
Different
had,
games you could do. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. It's always awesome going out there. But
And
they
hopefully you can finally get a Bloodshed Farms normal t-shirt, because I know you have a drive-through t-shirt, but I don't
I
think
have a normal one.
Oh, you have a normal one? Because I remember years ago you were like, "Oh, I want to get a shirt," and they didn't have it.
Yeah. Oh no, I got a normal Bloodshed
okay,
shirt. Then I have a drive through one too.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Do you have a Bloodshed Farms hat?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Got it all checked, man.
Yeah.
Show up in full support, man, with the hat, the shirt.
Shirt, everything. Yeah.
Man, all you need is shoelaces now. Oh God. All right. So what other haunts would you like to go to this season?
Well, I getting down to Hackney, Markovs, and Red Vein would be like the ultimate.
Yes.
Getting out to Kim's would be really good. I don't. It would be really cool. Like my girlfriend mentioned, like why don't this season you do every haunt you go to a haunt you've never been to before? Just completely change it up. Completely do some, which is an awesome idea. I just don't know how feasible it is when some of these are, couple hour drives. You know?
Well, a place I'd definitely like to go to. I've never been. You've been for the Krampus event, Bennett's Curse. I'd like to go.
Bennett's Curse, yeah. I like to see Bennett's like not Christmas themed. I've only been there during their Krampus event, but I liked it. I liked it a lot. I would definitely like to see it during the regular haunt season. Uh, I'm not sure if they're doing a halfway. They always do some
I'm not
off-season
sure if
stuff.
they've been doing a lot of events because they did that, like the Valentine's event. They did like Cupid's Love or something, and then the Curse of St. Patrick for St. Patty's Day. So
Yeah. Um, I'm not
yeah,
sure if they're doing a halfway, but
I'm not sure about that. If they are, I'll put it in here and say,
yeah.
hey, halfway to Halloween this day. But oh man,
But
so
but no, I would like. But then there's some I just have to get to every. Like I always
feel
love kicking off the season at Field. That's just kind of like it's become like a ritual now of like, okay, Field of Screams is the first one. It's the kickoff to the season. It's I go out with my friend Nick and Nikki, and it's like this whole thing. We got to get like pumpkin donuts from Dunkin' Donuts and eat them on the way out there, and it's just this
nice.
whole thing. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Then it's like if Bloodshed's opening fully again, I want to go out to Bloodshed. I want to,
Lehigh Valley, you might want to go
Lehigh
there.
Valley if you want to go there, Hotel of Horror. This is why I can't plan.
Well, it would be amazing if we got to go to Red Vein.
Yeah, it would.
So
That
I would absolutely love to go there.
yeah.
So because they have such a good backstory, and we got to talk to the owners, and they were so nice. So I'd love to go there. So
And not only that, they have so much else to do if you go down there. It's
yes,
not just the haunt, it's the escape rooms they got there. It's like the ghost tours they got there. Um, there's definitely a lot of things to do. You can almost spend like a weekend there, doing all
yeah,
this
and there's
stuff.
Red Vein Escape too, which is
Yeah, that's
separate. You can just go
right.
there and do escape rooms. So all right. So what things are you looking forward to the most that aren't haunted houses, like the side attractions they have? Which things are you looking forward to the most? Because I'm pretty sure you said you want to try another escape room at Field of Streams.
Yeah. Even though I'm terrible at escape
I'm
rooms,
not good either. Or our
but
track
they're
record
always
is
fun.
terrible.
It's escape rooms are always fun. I don't know. I was trying to think about what are there like. I'm not into like I never done it, but I'm like terrified to do like the axe throwing. Like
Oh,
I've
it's
never
so much fun. I recommend
is it. I'm think like the last person who should be throwing axes, but
it.
I don't know. Maybe it is fun. Maybe it is a cool thing, but I was never like into it. But again, I never really tried it. So
I'd say give it a chance. Just it's not about how hard you throw it. It's about like like the follow through. It's not about how hard you throw it because it can bounce off. So
yeah, the whole holding it behind my head
yeah,
and
you
going
do this and
over,
yeah.
no, that just
No. Well, you could just hold it in front of you and just move to the side and
I'm just gonna throw it underhand, just lob it
like,
underhand
like,
as far away from my body as I can.
yeah,
And,
like just try to just get it that way.
um,
Oh, it'd be funny. Are you gonna try to play more games? Because I know you did the toxic head toss last year.
yeah, it's so weird. It's like I don't I don't go to haunts to do like games or side things. I go to haunts to do the attractions and see the actors roaming around and like just taking to like see what the atmosphere is like outside of it. Um, but I never really did many games. I never, even like Frightland, basically looks like a carnival. Um,
Yes, definitely.
I never did any of the like the popping the balloons and the ring around the glass bottle stuff like that. That's to me
I
that's
didn't,
not
I
a
didn't play games when I was there either. I did the rides though.
yeah I
Rides
did
were
do
a lot of fun.
yeah. But to me that's not doesn't say anything about a haunted attraction. Like
Okay.
carnival games and stuff. Even though I know they try to make it like the zombie head toss and stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it was fun doing it. But I don't know. It's weird. Like I never really like went to a haunt to like, oh, can't wait to do games. It's like that's not really what
But it is
Um,
nice when they have it. It's nice to have that added value to it when you go. Like when you go to Field of Screams, you feel like you're in a scream park. There's so much to do. It's not just the haunts.
right. And I'd rather do like a coffin ride or, something else or like a really cool photo op or
Bloodshed, do the actual interactive like bloodshed.
yes,
Who
yeah,
did
yes,
that?
yes, yes, yes. Stuff like that, more interactive things and more Halloween horror based things to do as opposed to, just the balloon dart game.
And
Uh,
sometimes they have extra attractions or haunt attractions. Like sometimes they have an extra maze that you can pay another $5 to do, like a dark maze you have to go through with like
right,
chainsaw guys. So there's always that. So
right,
I've even heard at haunts they have the BMX guys that'll drive in like the giant globe and then
really.
also yeah, go around the globe and go all around and all that fun stuff. And I've heard that they of course they have musicians play, like do different concerts. And I also heard that one haunt I heard they actually brought a monster truck there and you could drive in it.
Wow,
You could like be a passenger in the back of it. So
that's pretty cool. Do you remember when Field of Screams used to have like a half pipe and they would have like
I never
skateboarding
saw it.
out?
I know what you're talking about. I heard about it. I never saw it.
No, you never saw it. I don't.
No,
I
I
don't
never
think they
saw
do
it.
that anymore.
I don't think so either. I know they
Uh,
do the rap battles. They still do that.
okay,
I
but
think
yeah,
that
notice. I think it was like a competition. It was like a skateboarding competition, and they had like a half pipe in there and everything. And I don't know what that had to do with Halloween, but it was cool to see. It was like the extra entertainment. It's like I'm all for watching skateboarders on half pipes. I thought that was cool with like the music playing and everything, and um,
yeah.
but when you get to more like and nothing wrong with the carnival stuff. Like I said, Frightland does it awesome and everything, but
Yes.
I'd rather see more like
Horror
um
themed extra experiences.
yeah, yeah.
Now, a mini escape room that's right outside the exit of the darkness, like right after you go through the second haunt terror visions, is a mini escape room where it's called a casket escape, where they have these custom caskets built where you're standing up instead of laying down. And you have to find your way out of the casket, then find your way out of the room in 5 minutes.
Oh, so wait a minute, they put you in a casket and you got to find your way out.
It's these custom like fake coffins they've made, and you have to stand in it. They lock you in and you're standing in it, find your way out of there, and then find your way out of the room.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I don't know how well I do at that, but it wouldn't be because of claustrophobia. I don't have claustrophobia, but
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't know
either.
how well I'd solve it out of there.
In
So
fact, there was one cool thing at an old haunt called Halloween Park. They had this thing. It was an extra thing. It was called the catacombs, and you laid down in it, and they closed the door, and there was a TV screen above you, and it felt like you were being buried alive.
now that's really cool. They have
Yeah,
like smell effects and like air shooting
I
at you.
don't. They had air, yes, they had kind of, but I'm not sure about the smell. But you just see it, and you see like slowly like dirt
Yeah,
getting more
yeah,
and
yeah.
more on screen, and
That's
then they
awesome.
had a little panic button in there, but I was fine in it. I was like, I'm not claustrophobic at all. I was fine in it.
Now, I know it would definitely mess up with the traffic of a haunted house, but I love it when I go into haunted houses where you're literally stuck in a room and you have to figure your way out. So it's like a mini escape room. Like they changed it now at Field of Screams. I know we talked about how that checkered room had that door,
Yeah.
and like people are gonna have trouble finding their way out of that. It's not there anymore. I went there in December. The door isn't there anymore. So, but I
Um,
I still think that's cool when like you're already scared and like it's trippy with the checkered and everything. And then you have to find your way out. That I thought that was pretty cool.
well, you would have loved Halloween Park because the whole thing was you're in a room and you have to figure out your way out of the room into the next room.
That would have been super neat.
And they were like way ahead of their time. And
Would have loved that.
but I think they got like I think a bad storm came in and they got flooded out and they just couldn't read from it.
That
Um,
stinks.
yeah,
Mm.
but that place was really cool. With like they gave you like these little puzzles or clues and you had to like figure it out and it opened the door to the next room and
So it's like your own personal saw, pretty much.
Yeah, kind of. It was like every room was like a little mini escape room, that you just had to figure out how to get to the next one. Um,
Now, what about free photo ops? I love it when they do a good free photo op where there's lots of different things to choose from. So,
oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, God, I think Creamy Acres has a ton of photo ops. And it's always great when they got the actors walking around and you can get photos with the actors. Valley of Fear has some pretty cool photo ops.
oh yeah,
Um, they got some cool stuff. But
you can talk about Valley of Fear. That's actually a place I'd like to go to at some point. Maybe even this season. You said it was actually really good.
it was. I went there last year, and it's been about 10 years since I've been there, and they they do a lot of cool things there. Their hayride was pretty good. Their trail was awesome. They have a really cool trail. It reminded me of John Carpenter's Fog. Tons
Nice.
of fog rolling in and pirates and stuff like that. It was really cool.
Yeah, it sounds interesting because you don't hear pirates very often. So s- that's interesting.
Yeah, yeah. It's
So
always good when a haunt takes a theme that like no one's really doing and just does a whole thing on it. And it was like a whole storyline with it that they were doing. I know the trail used to about 10 years ago. It was the scary tales, which was like fairy tale stuff turned horror. Um, and then I'm not sure what else they had in between that 10 years, but now they got this pirate thing going, and it was really cool.
So definitely looking forward to go to lots of haunts this haunt season. Of course, like we were saying throughout this whole thing, close to August, September, we're going to figure this out and know where to go. But doesn't matter which haunts we go to, it's going to end up being a wonderful time. Going to have so much fun. And definitely stay tuned to both our YouTube channels, The Haunt Informer and Fall Ritual. And we're on social media. And I am on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. My Facebook is The Haunt Informer. And my username for Instagram is haunt_informer. And on Twitter, I'm at Haunt Informer. I like Instagram the most. You'll find me there the most, posting different things and posting on my stories. And definitely tell everybody your social media.
It's Fall Ritual. I'm basically only on Instagram. I have Facebook, never post on it. You can find me there though. It's Fall Ritual. But my Instagram is at Fall Ritual, one word. I'm not on Twitter. Um, but yeah, you can find all my postings on Instagram and of course my YouTube page
Yes.
where all
And
the videos.
And if you want to be on a future Fall Informer episode, you can email us or put it on the comment sections of our videos. And my email is hauntinformer@gmail.com. And your email?
Mine is fallritual1031@gmail.com.
Yes. So definitely reach out to us. We'd love to talk to different scare actors and owners. And we have mobile guests in the works. So definitely stay tuned. And this has been episode 27 of Fall Informer. And I've been John from the Haunt Informer.
And I'm Glenn from Fall Ritual.
Yes. And until next time, happy hauntings.